Hey everybody, and welcome back. Today, I actually wanted to talk about an alternative for multiple games in your Switch while you're sitting at home. The MIG Switch is super popular. This other device has actually been out for a while, and it's made by Unitech. There's two different versions. The older one, this is actually the newer one, but the older one is four slots across the bottom, and the four on the top are actually for the game switching. The four on the bottom are just for storage. The newer one, all eight of them are used actually to be able to switch between the games. It has USB-C power on the side, which you can just plug into the console or a separate power brick. And the tail at the top, this actually goes into the card slot on top of the Switch. And it has these three slides on the bottom, and on pretty much on the dock, this slides in. This will face towards the back. This loops up over the top and plugs into the top of the Switch. There's a button up top that'll allow you to switch between games, and there is also a separate button itself that will switch between them as well, so you don't have to get up and walk across the room and hit the button on the top. It'll store 8 games, switches between them pretty well. It does actually work with the Meg Switch as well. If you have 2 games plugged in, you can hit the button and switch back and forth between the two, and it will cycle through what you have loaded on your Meg Switch. I tried it with just the Meg Switch plugged in, and it doesn't single cycle that one cartridge, so you can't just sit back and hit the button and keep cycling through what is loaded on the Meg Switch itself. I was kind of hoping that would be the case with it, but it's not. But still, it's kind of nice to know if you have 3, 4 games listed on here, to shove a second cartridge in, put this in, sit back, smack the button, and pop back and forth between the MIG switch and the actual game cartridge, and it'll cycle through those. So then you get this attached, plugged in, and I'll show you exactly how it works. Okay, so it's currently attached into, got my switch in the dock, that's plugged in into the back of it. And so we're going to take the button, see the little light flash there, and it'll switch over to Skyward Sword, which is the other game that's loaded in. The third one is the MIG switch itself, which I have Mario vs. Donkey Kong on. We hit it again. It'll go back to Odyssey. Again, the Skyward Sword. Okay, it's not loading the... Actually, no, my MIG switch does only have one game loaded on it at the moment right now. But yeah, just kind of a neat thing. If you sit across the room, you could load 8 games into the back of it and switch between them without really having to get up off the couch. And it's just the Unitech. It's a pretty nice device itself. See if I can pull it up here real fast for you. Alright, so here it is up on Amazon right here. You have, this is the one I was talking about, it's $54. Their older version is down to $40. They also make a dock at $48. The dock itself, it's your HDMI, a couple of USB ports on the back. That one does 4 games, also does the switching. The older one, like I was saying, it is 4 for games, 4 for storage. The newer one at $54 is actually all 8-play games. I had their older one, and then as my game library grew, I found myself actually needing to switch out those 4 on the back. I was playing more than like 4 games at a time consistently, or if my wife wanted to play something too, she was switching those out as well. So we upgraded to the 8 one, and it seems like a good number, not really switching those ones out as often as I was the other ones. But like I said, for $54 to save that cartridge port when you're sitting at home, I think it's worth the purchase. And the price difference between that one and the older style, they both do the same thing. It's just this one, you can actually play all 8 ports. This is 4 for storage, 4 that you can actually play off of. I recommend spending the extra $14 if you can afford it. And the device is good. It's great. The dock, I mean, it's the same as the other ones, but you have a couple extra ports. If you need a second dock and you want that functionality, I guess it's worth it because Switch docks aren't that cheap. But if you don't really need it, I would just recommend getting one of the actual other Unitech, either of these two, sliding it into the top. As you can see, it just hooks on there and the thing comes over. I haven't had any issues with the torque and the switch port on it at all, ever. So that's the Unitech Switch game card reader, and like I said, I definitely think it's worth the purchase, and it is definitely, I would say, one of the more premium Switch accessories that I've seen for home use, and that as far as, you know, functionality, playing stuff, not having to get up and walk across the room because you can just switch your games with the push of a button. I mean, I'm not a lazy person, but I am all about efficiency. And if I don't have to get up and switch something because I left the wrong game in the thing and I have to run out of the room, go grab something else and come back over, it's even better. Anyways, thanks for stopping in. Have a good night. If you like it, I hope you pick one up. If you do, leave a comment down below. Share this video if you want, and we'll see you in the next one.